Hey everybody, it's Shamika. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos. I appreciate your support. Well, y'all know I'm always coming to you with video content based off of stuff you guys are already going through. So I'm not going to say the person who called me, but thank you for pointing me in the right direction for research, because now I'm going to help a whole lot of other people, okay? So if you have not watched my channel before, I promise I'm usually not with stains, okay? But y'all see I'm in the garage, so I'm working a little piece. And I want to take a break to tell you guys that if you are not paying your SBA EIDL loans, I may have a way for you to get around paying them, okay? Now, first and foremost, entertainment and educational purposes only. That is what my videos are for. Y'all not getting me in no trouble, okay? But y'all know I do my research. Y'all know I give you good information. And I always, at all times, you can reach out to your girl at shamikasaves.com. You can also go to the website, okay? Because I'm not bringing you anything that I did not find myself. I am regurgitating, okay, what I find, and I'm putting it to you in a way that you can understand. Okay, so the EIDL loans, those were the loans that we received during COVID. Okay, these are not the PPP loans. I am not talking about the $10,000 grant or the $1,000 grant. I am talking about the actual loan. Okay, you were able to get one loan, and you were also able to apply for an increase on that one loan. Now, I know that people probably have more than one loan, because when the EIDL loan first came out, because I've been around doing content videos way back when, people were able to apply under their social and also under their EIN, okay? So I'm going to separate to tell you how to handle either loan. We're gonna start the one with the social, and then we'll get to the one with the EIN, okay? So we've been in repayment now, probably coming up close to a year maybe. So if you guys have not been paying, you have probably been getting emails. You have probably been getting phone calls, because let me tell you, the SBA calls too damn much. And they even call, and this is if the SBA is watching, stop calling people who actually do make their payments, okay? So I don't know what's wrong with y'all phone service, but y'all about to be on the do not call list, okay? So you have that, and you probably also receive letters in the mail, soft threatening you, basically telling you that if you do not make your payment, then they will have to enforce the lien, okay? And if you don't know what a lien is, and that's LIEN, a lien is basically when they are stating that they have a right to anything that the money you spent pay for, they have a right to take, because they gave you the money and you are reneging on your contract by not paying them. And if you know what renege is, that means you play spades, all right? So renege is bad. And basically what renege is, if you don't know or never heard that term, that means that you are not keeping up with your end of the bargain on the contract, which states that we give you this money, you pay us this, okay? Now, let me go down the line. The SBA states that if you are issued a loan for $200,000 or more, they have an automatic requirement for a personal guarantee. A personal guarantee is basically where they are telling you that if you don't pay this on this business side, if you renege on your contract, we're going to come after you personally, and we're going to put this loan on your personal credit, and we will sue you personally. Okay, so if you got a $200,000 loan or more, now I'm not talking about cumulative, I'm talking about individually. So if you got 4 loans and total of them is $250,000, that does not count. But if they are $200,000 individually, then I'm talking about that loan, okay? You are responsible for paying them back, and if you're not, they will come after you personally. Now, that doesn't matter if you got the loan under your social or if you got it under your EIN. It just matters the amount, all right? The second thing I want you guys to know that the SBA says, If you got a loan under $200,000, there is no personal guarantee, but they can still pursue you personally if they choose. Okay, you never know if they're going to come after you or not. Okay, but this is the federal government, so there's always a small chance that although you still have you got this loan on your business, you could still be pursued personally. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because some of you apply for these loans under your social. Okay, so if you apply for a loan under a social, that means that your loan is considered to be a sole proprietor. Even if you put the name of an actual business down, if they paid you and you were paid under your social, that means it's a personal loan. Now, you could treat it like it's a sole proprietor, or you could say, hey, I got an LLC, but I didn't use my EIN, I used my social. Well, if you used your social, it was paid to you, the person, okay? So if you don't know if that is what you did or not, you may try to go into the disaster portal, log in, and see if you can see your loan documents. 9 times out of 10, they won't be there. You're going to have to contact somebody at the SBA office to get a copy of what you signed and get a copy of what you applied for and what you put down. But you do need to know the difference. Why? Because if you're not paying them, you need to know how to best handle your situation to get rid of them. Now, I'm not encouraging anybody not to pay, but let's be real. And I talk to a lot of y'all, you know, some people are struggling. Some people just took that loan because they needed the cash. Some people had a business that was really struggling, but now you're struggling some more. And now you can't afford to make that payment. Plus, student loans have come back in, so now they want you to pay that on top of the loans you've been paying. And yes, we should have been more responsible and thought ahead, but when you are pressed against time, you got employees to pay, you got bills to pay, sometimes you ain't thinking clearly, okay? So I'm gonna give y'all the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna assume that the majority of you are struggling and you just wanna find out how to get out of paying these loans for right now. Okay, so let's go back to people who got the loan under their social. So if you are an individual, you got this loan under your social, remember, they paid the loan to you, the person, which means they can come after you, the person. So how do you protect you, the person? Well, the majority of you, I'm assuming this, probably don't have a lot of large or high, you don't have a lot of assets that are high in value, like a home, like several cars, things like that. Especially the majority of you guys that I talk to, okay? And if that is you, and you have nothing on your credit but just unsecured credit, that SBA EIDL loan, because they paid it to you and your social, is also unsecured. So now you have the right to throw it into your bankruptcy. Okay, now you can file Chapter 7, which completely wipes out all the debt, which means they basically are wiping out that whole SBA loan and all your other unsecured creditors. Or you can say, I can't do a 7, I'm going to apply for a Chapter 13, and that is also a bankruptcy, but that is the bankruptcy where they reorganize your debts and they help you restructure your debt so that you can make monthly payments to your secured creditors first, and then your unsecured creditors get what's left over, divided by however many they are, and divided by however many months you're in your bankruptcy, whether that's 36 or 60, okay? So still, even if you took out a large amount, say you got $199,000 because you got under the 200, right? Under your social. You throw that into a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Say you do have a home, and most of you who are in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, it's usually because you have a home, you have equity in your home, or your job pays a lot of money. It's usually a reason why. So if you have that reason why, you want to protect whatever that is, and not give it back to the bank. You don't want anybody to take it. So I would rather put my $199 unsecured over here in this chapter 13 and make my monthly payments. One, they're going to be smaller than what I was paying the SBA anyway. Two, after my 5 years, I am done because it is unsecured. So I don't have to worry about bringing that debt back out with me when the bankruptcy is over. So, and then three, half of y'all still going to be paying on those SBA loans in 5 years anyway. So why not look at this option to get rid of it? And you're covering your front and your back by filing bankruptcy, so they can't come after you. They can't take anything. They can't try to freeze your bank account. And another thing that I don't think you guys are even paying attention to is, did you guys realize that they can still take your taxes? A lot of you are not paying your bills and not even realizing that they still can put in a note to Treasury to say they have not paid in X amount of months. Take this from their taxes. They absolutely can do it. Now, they're not going to take your taxes for student loans. Thank you, Joe Biden and the Student Loan Save program. But they absolutely still will take it for child support, for any fees or fines that your state sends to the Treasury Department, and whatever federal agency sends something to the Treasury letting them know that you also owe them. So if you owe some people, please do not expect to get a tax refund, especially if you did not pay or have not been paying your SBA EIDL loan, okay? Now, that is for individuals who got their loan under their social, okay? Now, if you got the EIDL under your EIN, here's what you do. If you also cannot make your payments, the SBA will, of course, come after your business first. Now, this is $200,000 or less, okay? So they're going to come after your business first. It makes sense to come after your business. Your business is who borrowed the money, right? So the only way for them not to come after your business is that your business is dissolved, meaning no longer in operation. Now, that does not mean that you can't be in business. You just can't be in business with that business that you took the loan out in. Does that make sense? Let me say it again. You can be in business, but you cannot use the same name that you used when you borrowed the money, because you are saying that your business is no longer active. That means if I go into Secretary of State and I type in that name, it should be dissolved, meaning you didn't pay to renew it and it went away. Basically, that would be your dissolve. That would be how you would prove it. I would also throw in there to close that bank account that you used, okay? If the business is dissolved, there's no reason the bank account should still be active anyway. So if you open up a new business, just go open up a new bank account. You also will need a new EIN number, okay? So that is how you basically delete the company from existence, is by letting it dissolve, not using the EIN, and closing the bank account, all right? So if the SBA comes after you on the business side, you could say, business is dissolved, there's nothing to take. Now, they may say, well, what happened to the property? Well, you come up with your own creative answer. All I'm going to say is if I had a new business, all that stuff I bought with my old business is going to be transferred to my new business. Just probably nobody's going to know it, okay? Second, how do you protect your personal side when you got paid under your EIN? Same thing you would do if you did it under your social. So the SBA didn't say that they would come after you on the personal side. They did not say that if you got under $200,000. But just because they didn't say it doesn't mean they won't do it. So you have to protect yourself the same way you did on the personal, the same way you did if you got the loan under your social, by also looking at your options of filing bankruptcy, Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. Why? Because now you have nothing for them to take. And even if they paid you your loan under your EIN, you can always throw it in to your bankruptcy, Chapter 7, because it's going to be wiped out. Chapter 13, probably not, because you don't want to make payments on something that they haven't come after you for anyway. But there's nothing wrong with letting the SBA know that you are you have not only dissolved the business, but not only that, you have also filed for personal bankruptcy, okay? The SBA does not have anywhere on their site that says to let them know if that's just something you want to do, or you want to keep your dates, keep your paperwork together in case they come and ask questions. Because yes, some of you have already shown me the messages you are receiving, the mail you are receiving. And so you may want to just put it all aside in case one of their investigators or caseworker contacts you and they just want to know what's the status. Now you can show business dissolved here. Here is the proof on the Secretary of State website. And you can also show them the proof of bankruptcy with your bankruptcy paperwork. Again, I'm not trying to tell you guys how to avoid paying, but I do understand a lot of you are not able to pay. And instead of being sued, having liens taken out against you, having sleepless nights and all of that, I just wanted to make a video so that you guys knew that you had other options, okay? So y'all know I always like to run it back one time, since I was in the process of explaining while telling. Now I'm just going to tell you, and then you can run it back all you want. And again, if y'all got questions, shamikasaves.com, okay? But if you get a loan under your social, that could be considered a sole proprietor, sole proprietorship. But even if you got an LLC or corporation, if they paid it to you under your social, that, my friends, will constitute being an unsecured debt. If you got paid under your EIN, that is a business loan. So you will have to make sure that the business is dissolved so they can't come after the business, but also that you are bankrupt so that if they chose to come after you, they have nothing to get, okay? If this is on your social, then you don't have to do anything with the business, but I would also strongly suggest that the business be dissolved as well, because we have to keep up the appearances, okay? So if you got paid under your social and you did have the LLC or the corporation that you applied with, then you need to dissolve that business, okay? Because you don't want them to have somewhere in the small fine print that I haven't even gotten to yet, where it says that they can turn around and change this loan around, or say you applied fraudulently because you should have used your EIN versus your social or whatever. So I would strongly suggest don't not pay for any SBA EIDL loan, and the business that you got the loan under is still operating unless you already have some type of plan. But if you are just not paying it and you have not paid it and you are ignoring the statements, or you are being contacted, you need to look into bankruptcy and make sure that business is dissolved, and make sure the business bank account is closed, okay? They still got that info, y'all. So we want to make sure that info is non-existent, so that they have nothing to use against you. And when you're bankrupt, you're bankrupt. And the federal government is your friend, Uncle Sam. Y'all know he's my uncle, and he's your uncle too, okay? So if y'all got any questions, let me know. Tell me what y'all think about this. Did y'all even know about the personal guarantee? And I know I didn't talk about anybody who got the $200,000 or more, but if you got the $200,000 or more and you have a personal guarantee, then you should do the same exact thing. You need to make sure that business is dissolved, that bank account is closed, and then you need to look at filing personal bankruptcy so that you can no longer have any type of personal access that they could have to you to try to recoup any of the funds. Okay, so again, remember, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Y'all not getting me in trouble, but this is something that I know you could do because the SBA said you could. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys later. Let me know what y'all think. Are y'all gonna do this? Are you struggling to make your payments? And if you are, it's okay. Did you at least apply for the hardship so that you can get 6 months of lower payments in case you did want to pay and keep your business working? Think about it. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.
A few moments later.
I just thought about something, because I did not want y'all coming at me talking about, oh, she don't know what she's talking about. So let me clarify something really quick. The reason why I said individuals who got paid under their social and they still could have applied with using an LLC or corporation was because in the very beginning, that's exactly what was happening. And the SBA was issuing loans, even though technically that's not right. If a person has an LLC or a corporation, they should have a business bank account and they should have an EIN. But a lot of people were getting money to their personal bank account. So that is why I'm saying, if you are that person that applied with your social, but you did use the LLC name or corporation in the title of the name of your business, you still should know what number you use when you apply. Okay, so I wanted to make sure I was clear because I had to go look up some stuff because I'm like, wait a minute, people probably gonna be saying, what is she talking about? So after the SBA fixed everything, then when you applied with that LLC or when you applied with that corporation, it wanted business information, the EIN, and then it took your personal information on the back end if you were the authorizing official. But remember, when this thing first came out, it was a wonky mess and you could do everything. And another reason that I know that I'm telling the truth is because SBA had OIG, the Office of Inspector General, do a report, and there were loans that were paid to social security numbers that were CPNs, and social security numbers that belong to dead people, and social security numbers that belong to children. So in the beginning, they didn't catch a lot of stuff. And I believe it was like $6 billion, a part of that money that was used in fraudulent loan proceeds was because of bad information, because when the system rolled out, it wasn't rolled out effectively. So I want to make sure that y'all know, I don't care if you use LLC, I don't care if you use a corporation. What's most important is what you used when you applied. Was it the social or was it the EIN? Basically, you're going to handle them both the same way, but you still should know what you applied with so that you can cover yourself on the front and the back end, okay? And the front end is bankruptcy. The back end is making sure that business and bank account, all of that is dissolved, closed, gone, and over, okay? I hope I was clear. Don't be trying to jump in the comments, trying to argue with me, because y'all know I'm with it all day, okay? So I'll talk to y'all soon in the next video. Bye.